Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nate and it is time for the final TBR of the year, December's 2025 TBR, and also to let you guys know the kickoff for 2025 Bookmas. I will be uploading a video on every odd day of the month, running up to the 23rd being the final day for a 12 kind of videos of Christmas kind of thing. They're all going to be bookish related. They're not really going to be Christmas related, but they're going to be kind of like end of year content related, mostly kind of like sit down chatting videos, some TBRs, some goals for next year, that kind of stuff. I'm pre-filming this video in particular a little bit early because I'm actually going to be away for the first weekend in December, the like weekend that ends on the 1st. Me and my friends are going on a little staycation, so I wanted to get my December TBR ready, filmed, scheduled, so that I don't have to worry about actually missing a day, because that would suck to miss the first day. The main things I want to read in December, to be honest, are just Christmas books. I have 6 books on my TBR, 1 digital, 5 physical that I want to get read this Christmas. I don't want to carry them through to another Christmas. So yeah, that is the goal for the month. I'm going to play my TBR game. I'm not going to take any kind of punishment. And this is also potentially the last time you're going to see this game board. I'm thinking in January, I'm going to start doing something a bit different. Kind of still a game, since I love playing like board games and such, but with a bit of a different twist. I'm working on it at the moment, so hopefully you will see that in January. But for December's game, yeah, this might be the last time we see this board. I won't go through what I've read in November. November's not finished. I'm still working my way through some books, but instead I will have a wrap up, which will be one of my Bookmas days, where I will talk about books that I read. Without further ado, let's jump into December's TBR roll number 1. We have the board all set up, so it's time for roll number 1. No doubles. Fantastic. So that is 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have a green prompt, which is a manga. Nice and easy. Starting off super easy with a manga, I'm going to put on My Love Story Volume 8. This is the next volume I need in this series, and I just would like to actually finish this series in this end of the year. There's only 13 volumes, so I could do that in December. This, I won't go into too much since I spoke about it last month, is a YA romance, slice of life. Very easy, very, I think, quite funny, and yeah, doesn't take itself too seriously, but it also has lots of cute and sweet moments. So I really would love to finish this series this year if I can. So volume 8 will be going on as my first roll. Not Christmassy at all, but I think it would be, it's going to just be a really fun time and a really easy read. Nice and cozy as well. Christmas is the busiest time for most shops in Christmas celebrating countries. Mine is no different. Although I'm only working a couple of extra days in the week up to Christmas, I'm probably going to be quite tired when I get back from work, just from how much more stuff there will be going on at work. So having the manga will be quite nice to read in the evenings as a nice little unwind from the madness that is Christmas. Although I really actually quite like Christmas. I am a Christmas fan. So yeah, anyway, tangent over. Roll number 2. Roll number 2. Perfect. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So we have a green prompt, which is an LGBTQIA plus book, but we also got a red prompt, which is a non-fiction. Okay, so I could do this together or I could separate them. So I got LGBTQ and non-fiction. I have decided to split these prompts out just because one book of my Christmas books was an LGBTQ one, and that book is Make the Seasons Bright by Ashley Herrenberg. I've heard a lot of good things about this author. I've never read anything by her, but this is a sapphic Christmas romance. I'm not really sure about what. I'm not going to read anything about it because I want to go in completely blind. But yeah, it's going to be a romance. A couple of my Christmas books are romances, which I don't tend to read too much romance, but like I like them occasionally, so I'm hoping this one hits nicely. I really like the cover of this as well. I think I picked this up when I was at 66 Books recently, like in Aprilish time. So this would be a nice one to read as well because it's not been on the TBR for over a year. So this will be the book for LGBTQ. And for nonfiction, I'm going to go for a memoir, and I'm going to read Matthew Perry's memoir. This is Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. I bought this year at the works. I actually need to try and get the sticker off. I feel like I'm finally ready to read this. Friends was a big part of my life growing up. I started watching it when I was about, I think 6 or 7. So I did actually find Matthew Perry's passing quite difficult. It was one of those things where when you invest so much of your time into, even though it's like a character, into like seeing someone throughout the years, like it hasn't just been since it's ended. I have constantly watched Friends on repeat multiple times, It's very hard to then like kind of want to then, I think, especially a memoir, like I can rewatch Friends quite easily because it is a character, but actually reading his memoir and his struggles, because I do know that he struggled quite a bit with, I think, alcoholism, especially during Friends. It's going to be really interesting, I think, to read it. I probably will also listen to a lot of this since it will be nice to actually hear. I assume he audiobook narrates it. I think that would be really nice to actually listen to, but I did want to own a physical copy because it has pictures in it as well, which I like. And then, yeah, it'd be nice to follow along with like physical reading as well as listening to it. I think I'm finally ready to read this. So this will be on for memoir. Again, I think this will be a nice easier one in terms of like if I'm listening to it as well to like decompress with at night. And it's also just a bit different from any fiction books and not Christmas related, which I think also is going to be quite nice to have as an escape from some of the Christmas books I'm going to be putting on. Onto roll number 3. That is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A black square, which is a manga pick. So for roll number 3, I landed on my manga square, and I didn't pick one out randomly because I'm just going to carry on with my love story. Put on volume 9. In 2025, my manga reading has not been great. In 2026, I want to up it even more. I think I've done better than last year, but I think I just want to up it even more. And series really helps with that because I am a binger of a series. So I think once I actually kind of get back into reading it and start, the binging will come easier and I'll want to carry on with it. So volume 9 is a no-brainer for this square. Roll number 4. And there's a cat. Excuse me, sir, what did I get? 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So the green prompt was a general fiction. The blue prompt with a female main character, and then also the black is another manga prompt. And then we've come to the end. This game could not have been nicer to me, to be honest, for December. I got no doubles, which after last month and having quite a few doubles, I thought that was going to be the norm. But it's nice to see that I can get through like a game with no doubles. I am in my new kind of game that I'm planning, still going to use 3 d6s and kind of have that same rule, as I think it's quite fun. But it was nice that I got no doubles this month. And also a few rolls that I was able to get a few Christmassy books on. So first of all though, for the manga, volume 10 of my love story. Yeah, like I said, want to finish the series this year if I can. And then I got female main character and general fiction. For general fiction, I'm going to go for a Christmas book that I've owned, I think now since 2023. So this is going to be the 3rd Christmas I try and get it on. And that is 7 Days of Us by Francesca Hornack. This is a general fiction about a family that are coming together for Christmas, I think for the first time in a while, and one of them is going traveling, and as part of their traveling, she has to quarantine, so the family have to isolate themselves together for a week. And then I think they all have some kind of secrets that come out, including I have read a little bit of this before. I think I got to page 32. The dad has a son who he doesn't know about. The son has just found out him and is coming to meet him. I think from the way I think I remember it, it wasn't through cheating. He had this son before he met his current wife, who he has these kids with, that are also in this book, which is by preference. I don't want it to come out that this son is like a product of cheating. Yeah, I wouldn't love that. But this idea, I think the way it kind of framed it was that, yeah, he had kind of met this woman on traveling, had a holiday, I think romance with her, had a son, and then left. And she didn't know she was pregnant when she left. So then she tells him later on, the son tracks him down and ends up coming together in this family. Yeah, that's all I think I know about it. I think it'll be quite nice as well because it's not quite like, it's not an overly romancy one. So I think it will be different from my other romance one. So that's the one I'm going to put on for general fiction. And then for female main character, that book has quite a few main characters. So I thought I would split up and get myself a different book for female main character, because I do also have a Christmas book called 4 Weddings and a Christmas, I believe it's called, by Philippa Ashley. This is a book I bought as an ebook when I was going through my ebook binging phase, where I basically just bought like a load of 99p ebooks, and then now have like 60, so I spent like £60. In my head I was like, I'm saving money, and then I haven't read any of them, so not really. I haven't done that in a while now. I think this year I've bought a single ebook, which is great. But I did buy this one. I've read one other Christmas book by Philippa Ashley, A Cozy or a Cornish Christmas or something, and like I liked it fair enough. It was quite typical. They are like, I'm guessing this one as well is going to be a take on 4 weddings and a funeral, but with a Christmas. So I'm just looking forward to reading it. And also I think having an ebook is going to be quite nice. Something I think I'm going to try doing more next year, because then I can read it at work or read it on the bus or read it while waiting for the bus on my phone. And that way then it kind of incorporates, instead of me just kind of sitting there doing nothing or listening to YouTube videos, I can still try and incorporate more reading into that kind of time while I'm like traveling or whatnot. That is going to be the book for that. So that means, although I will not be worrying about any kind of punishment in January if I'm refreshing, but that does mean I only have 4 books, including my ebook, and 3 volumes of manga that I am hoping to read for the official December TBR. I think this is absolutely doable, especially because I am really wanting to read these bloody Christmas books. So this is the official TBR, as well as 4 Weddings and a Christmas. However, I did mention that I had 6 Christmas books, so these are the other 3 that I will also be trying to read. One of them is going to be mine and my family's Christmas book club. We do a Christmas book club, so it's like a kind of a specific Christmas one, obviously for December, and then over the Christmas period we will talk about it. So that is going to be The Killer's Christmas List by Chris Frost, which great Christmas writing name. But this is basically about, it's set in a very small town in the north and about a detective who is dreaming of a quiet Christmas alone. However, a body is found underneath the Angel of the North, and in the body there is like a Christmas wish list, and like the first one is crossed off, like the first one is called No Angel and it's crossed off. And then the second body is found, a woman stabbed in the abdomen, and it's like the second one is red party dress. So then like they are like looking, I think, at the list and being like, who's this next one going to be? Are they going to work through these 12 people? Yeah, sounds kind of fun. And I think it's pretty short as well. So I think it'll be quite a nice binge. So that's going on, definitely. That is the Christmas family pick. So that will be getting read in December. Then the two other Christmas books I have is another Christmassy thrillery thing, is The Night Before Christmas by Alex Pine. Also another great Christmas name, it feels like. This is when 4 trail hunters go missing in the fells of Cumbria on Christmas Eve. The race is on to find them before nightfall when the temperature plummets. After hours of searching, the first body is found, not frozen in the snow, but brutally murdered, and bearing a warning that the real hunt now begins. Again, sounds fun, sounds bingeable, very different from the romantic Christmas ones, so I think that'll be fine. And then the third and final additional Christmas book I have is Christmas for the Bomb Girls. This is by Vicky Berry, and this why did I say Berry? BB. This is technically the third book in a series, but I'm hoping I can just jump into this one. It is a historical fiction. This was, I think, my nan's. My nan reads loads of like bomb girly related Christmassy books. That's like a period where she really likes. So yeah, they're getting ready to celebrate Christmas. One of their husbands crashes behind Emily on the lines and is reported missing. It's never too late to fall in love in this heartwarming Second World War saga. So I'm really hoping that I can just dive into this without having read the other two. We'll find out. It's only tiny, it's just over 300 pages, so I think regardless I would enjoy it. So with those additional 3 Christmas books, that's still not that bad, especially because some of the Christmas books are quite short. I'm really looking forward to reading these Christmassy books. I've kind of put every other kind of genre out of my head for Christmas. It's all about Christmas related books, and then getting ready for 2026 and all my reading plans for 2026. The only thing will be trying to read is a November release and a December release for Herkyed. I am still doing Herkyed, despite having made 0 kind of updates for it. But yes, this is the TBR. Do let me know if you are reading anything Christmassy for Christmas, for December. Actually, I'd love to know if you guys have any like traditions that you guys do. One of our, I think, family traditions, which I don't know when it started, but it's something we do now every year, is we have like bacon and mushroom and cheese croissants as like our Christmas breakfast. Me and my sister have vegetarian bacon, but like that's like a weird Christmas tradition, which again, I don't know when it started, but it's now just something we do every Christmas, and I love it. It's one of the things I really look forward to. Is like we open our presents first. Me and my sister, we go home and we have it with our family, and so presents is always first for us, which I always found weird when we would meet up with our cousins and they did Christmas like after breakfast during the day. Our family would never. We would never. Christmas was first, but presents was first thing, and then we would make ourselves breakfast and have like a nice warm drink, and then get ready for the day, and then everything else would happen. So yeah, that's kind of our Christmas tradition. Do let me know if you guys have any like specific family Christmas traditions. I'd really like to know that. I'm really looking forward to this Christmas season. It does get horrendously kind of stressful at work, especially with just the amount of stock there is in, and also the people do definitely panic buy for some reason. But I actually also quite enjoy it. It makes the time go faster. Our store doesn't usually have music. Christmas music starts playing from the moment December 1st hits. I always just find it a bit more like, although people are stressful, I like to go in with like a really just kind of a bit more positive, bubbly kind of attitude, which I hope helps people. It might not, but it makes me feel better just about general, because I do like the kind of whole festivities of like the idea of Christmas and whatnot. All that rambling aside, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here for 2025. Look forward to Bookmas Day 2 coming in 2 days. Did I mention? I'm also going to be doing shorts where I open a bookish advent. I'm going to have 12 books that I paid for, but my sister bought and wrapped up for me, and I'm going to open one of them every other day, so every every even day from the 2nd to the 24th as a like short, as part of a Christmas advent to myself, from myself. So also look forward to that. That first video will be coming up tomorrow. So I will see you for Bookmas Day 2 in 2 days, and Bookmas, I guess, 1.5 tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and bye.